Hi everyone, welcome to this LinkedIn Live. So you might be joining on LinkedIn or on Facebook. Welcome everyone. We have a very good panel today. We are going to discuss how can the hospitality industry innovate to thrive. So I would like to welcome Marie-France. Hello Marie-France. So Marie-France Derderian is the program manager in Glion Institute of Hospitality. Welcome Marie-France. Can you please tell us a bit about yourself?
Hello. Thank you, Laurie. Thank you so much. So, Laurie, I'm not program manager, I'm program director. So I'm not appointed. So yes, good afternoon, everyone. I'm super excited you can join us today. Yes, I'm program director for the wonderful master in hospitality, entrepreneurship, and innovation. But don't be in panic. The life is not about the master. We will talking about hospitality and innovation. So coming back to the topic, what's the deal today? So the deal today is the fact that hospitality industry must adapt quickly to a very deep and lasting change of paradigm. So when hotel and restaurant will reopen, it won't be the same business model. It won't be the same experience than when they closed in February or March, depending on the country and the lockdown. So we will see that innovation now is not anymore only a competitive advantage or to be well advanced or to be fancy or trendy. We will see that now it's innovation. I'm not talking only on innovation product. We will do that, but I'm talking also about innovation experience, and now it will be mandatory. So today I'm not alone. I'm so happy to have two wonderful experts with me to talk about this topic. But these experts are not only very knowledgeable on their different domain, it's also two fantastic teachers in this master. So the first one is Stanislas Helu. Hello, Stan.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, so Stanislas is an expert in luxury hospitality. So he has a tremendous experience in luxury hospitality domain. He is also a fantastic teacher. He's working since 3.5 years in different universities in Europe. And it's a guest speaker, it's a guest lectures. So we can learn a lot from him. And the second expert with me today, Stan is also in charge of partnership and ecosystem management course module in this master. And he is doing also industry complexity and hospitality management course module. So the second expert is my Italian friend, Nicola. So Nicola has a tremendous experience in fine dining, restaurants, star Michelin restaurant, wineries. He was sommelier of Taillevent. So he's fantastic teacher in food and beverage course management and food and beverage and delivery. So what's the
great to be here.
Hi, Nicola. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
And how is the weather in Italy?
Well, it's been raining a bit, but we think positive. So I think it will get better soon enough.
Okay. So thank you, both of them. We all discuss about this topic. So what's the deal? The deal is the fact that the good point of crisis, because we need to be positive, the good point of crisis bring clarity. Clarity for yourself. What do you like? What do you love? What do you want to do? What do you want to gain? And clarity in your business as well. Coming back to the fundamentals. So what's happened with the needs of people after the confinement, after containment? People has experimented slow life and definitely for the tourists, for vacation. They are looking for safer, for more affordable and closer destination. They are looking for human connection during the past 2 months. So definitely hotel industry, hospitality must adapt to these new needs, coming back to the roots. And for the business, for the corporate, for the business traveler, it will be pretty much sure that the remote working will stay an habit, will stay a standard. And definitely corporate and business travel will probably travel less, and especially taking into consideration that the airline fare will increase more than 50%. So now what we decide for this live, when we prepare this live for you, we divided this live in 4 parts. The first part, we will share with you our vision, what we call hospitality extended. What is hospitality extended? Definitely, hotel or restaurant won't be enough. You need to expand the guest experience online or in different business. So hotel, restaurant will belong to cluster, will belong to platform, will belong to ecosystem. It will be more complex. It will ask different skills. It will probably create new jobs and different jobs as well. That's we call also innovation. So hospitality extended will be the first part of this slide. Then we will move forward to business model innovation. As I told you, we need to design a new experience. When you have 50% customer less in your restaurant, definitely you need more money to be able to stay alive. So definitely you need to create new offer with a new way of making money in parallel to provide a new guest experience. The third pillar of this live, which is more than crucial, it's legislation, product traceability. You need now to make the proof of the quality of your product, and it will become mandatory. So one more time, we will see what's happened with traceability, cleanliness, and stuff like that. And last but not least, and very, very important, what about the job market evolution? What will be the new job? What will be the new skill set? What will be the new mindset? We will see that soft skills, what we call observation, communication, empathy, the character and the personality of the employee will be more important than hard skill. If we take an example at the front management desk, probably employee behind, they will become ambassador, because when you will have done your checking and checkout, your checking on your mobile phone before your arrival in the hotel or in the restaurant, you probably have to first contact a human experience, a human touch with an ambassador, and not administrative task to provide your passport for credit card and stuff like that. So the skill set will increase, will change, and we will see how. So that's the 4 parts we prepare for you, and we do believe, we hope you enjoy a lot, as much as we enjoy to prepare that for you. So I will let the floor to Stan. Stan, if you want to let us know what about the future of tourism according your tremendous experience in this domain. I will let the floor.
Thank you very much, Marie-France. Exactly. So hospitality, we're all here talking about it, connecting to Facebook and LinkedIn, thanks to Glion, thanks to the Glion school. So let me give you a little bit the insight. Most of you have stayed in hotels. Most of you have stayed in companies like Marriott, Hilton, or independent small hotels, small boutique hotels, anywhere in the world. Have you ever asked a question, what will happen to the breakfast buffet? What about the brunch buffet? You know, the self-service stand where you can do, when you can pick up your bread and cut it yourself. How about the apples at the entrance, you know, at the reception where you can self-service? So all those are typical questions that most of us either are asking each other on a daily basis, or what's happening, the companies are, you know. So other important notes are giving out tips. Countries like the States or Canada, it's very, very big to give out tips in cash to the doorman, to the bellman, to anybody that is in the service industry. Same thing, how about distribution of the room keys when you do your check-in at a hotel? Whatever hotel you are, you will have to have this human touch. So hospitality is about human touch. And how do you turn around to change it? This is some of the part of the innovation. You know, hotel companies like Marriott that has over 7,000 hotels around the globe, or for example, individual apartments or houses or villas that you can rent out of Airbnb or any other home sharing company. These are the companies that will be needing to invest in innovation and maybe adapt their mentality to it. So, for example, to give you an example, for the ones who ever stayed or worked in a 4-star or a 5-star hotel, you would enter the room and you'll have on the beds 3, 4, 5, 6 pillows. Beautiful. It looks amazing. This is part of the culture of that hotel brand, or this the culture of that specific hotel, the region it is in. And on top of this, you'll open the closet, and what do you find there? 2 extra pillows. Why? Yes, it is luxury. But it is all about adapting right now, cutting costs. Hotel companies has been trying to work on cost cutting and P&L for years and years and years. But now this is something very important. So what would you do? Do you remove those 2 pillows in the closet because they're kind of useless? And if somebody actually needs a 7th or an 8th pillow, that I really doubt it, but if you actually do need, then you can call housekeeping, and maybe they will be able to deliver it to you nicely wrapped into plastic. That hasn't been touched, you know. So these are the kind of questions and answer that people are working about. Also, the new normal. Everybody, every single country, every single government, the OMS are talking about the new normal. What is the new normal for the day-to-day life? Same thing with hospitality. The new normal maybe would be there will be no real front desk. Why would you need to do a check-in and a check-out? Maybe you'll be able to check in, like Marie-France said a few minutes ago, you'll be able to check in using your phone, using your credit card, using a specific app, or something completely different. So those are the new normal in our world of hospitality, especially for the wonderful travelers around there, especially you guys waiting for summer maybe, and to travel on leisure, or people like me who travel 2 weeks a month on business. My whole life of business will be completely turned around. And me as a person who likes to go on vacation with my family, or me as a person trying to go on business, everything will change.
Thanks a lot, Stan. Thanks a lot. So, Nicolas, would you kind enough to let us know what about your vision on hospitality extended? What's evolution, revolution?
Yeah, absolutely. It's everything that Stan has said and that you were saying, Marie-France, is so true. Our business and the core of our business has been shaken from the very core, and it's now time to find solutions. And because if we want to thrive, first thing we need to survive, and to survive we need to react and understand in what direction we're going. So the massive change and shift that there has been in the hospitality and the restaurant business is that the walls have fallen, and that's the meaning of hospitality extended. Hundreds of thousands of restaurants around the world have had to shut down in the past weeks. And to find a way out now, what we need to do is start thinking in a different way. It means pushing the boundaries and thinking of a perimeter that is not simply the square meters of the restaurant, but interacting with our clients and with the public in a completely new way. Delivery food and the explosion of delivery food, the numbers that we're seeing these days, is the prime example. a restaurant that was doing 40 covers and that had a business plan and a business model that was working, doing 40 covers a day and 60 covers in the evening. Well, now he will be able to do 10, 12 covers a day at lunch and maybe 20 in the evening. How are we going to be able to get money in and to create revenue? Well, the only way really in this moment, because we cannot imagine of adding on prices and pushing the prices up, is getting off the boundaries and the walls and the perimeter of the physical restaurant. That means that restaurants, in a way, are becoming like flagship stores, and the products that were served only in the perimeter, the square meters of the restaurant until now, well, now can be delivered and sent, and the experience of the restaurant can be sent and delivered home for more like home experiences. An example of there's many examples of how this is working, and it's working very well. One is a restaurant here in Italy. It's a chef. His name is Enrico Recanati, and he has a restaurant called Andreina. He's specialized in cooking his food on amber, so cooking in a very primary way, if we want. And he has created this amazing pack that he's sending to his clients to do your own barbecue with 6 different types of charcoal made with 6 different types of wood, to do your own barbecue at home and smoke your food with different wood and a different style. And it's working very well. And in this way, he's translating the experience that he had created in the restaurant. Well, he has made that available for everybody around him, for a broader spectrum of clients. And these evolutions have been going on for quite some time. So what has really now been a decisive factor is the speed at which this evolution has happened, because restaurants have been branding and more and more and doing this work of marketing and organizing their offer and their message and the way they communicate with clients for many years now. The speed at which and the rate at which this is happening now, though, is something that is unprecedented. And in this sense, the hospitality extended means that there are no more boundaries, there are no more frontiers. What before the experience that was centered and limited to the inside a restaurant before can be made available outside and delivered. And this is a crucial aspect, and we are working on it. And examples of like the Andreina or many others are showing us that there's great potential to reinvent an experience, a hospitality experience that was limited to within the walls of a restaurant, and recreate it on a broader perimeter.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Nicolas. For sure, it's not only hospitality extended. All of us become people extended as well, because we stay 2 months in our place, and we became teacher, we became cooker, we became housekeeper, we became parents, we became remote worker. So definitely we are becoming agile. We are ready for a new shift. We are ready for new, maybe company with new business model. So this is the time, and this period is great because after the crisis, we can see great opportunity for great leaders. Stan?
Yes, exactly. Thank you very much, Marie-France. So most of you have either lived through the 2008 crisis or the other ones, maybe the younger ones, have heard about it, whether you learned about it in the books or in newspapers, or simply your parents have told you about the wonderful but difficult 2008 crisis. Why do I say wonderful and difficult? It was extremely difficult for a lot of people. A lot of companies went down under, but wonderful also because of some companies, like you saw here. I did a nice selection of 6 companies out of the hundreds of companies that were created, that came through the ashes during this crisis. You know, some of them some of them you don't. Maybe the other ones, I invite you to have a look at their website. Uber into transportation, WhatsApp into communication, Slack as well. It's more of a business exchange of information and communication. Airbnb, the hospitality that everybody know how amazing Airbnb is. Groupon, everything that is shopping, and Venmo, the paying. Those are multi-billion-dollar companies that were invented, that were created, that came out of the ashes, like I said, because and thanks to the 2008 crisis. Why? One single word that I can repeat 3 times: innovation, innovation, and innovation. They innovated. What do people needed back then? A little bit of cost cutting, maybe a little bit of better communication. Back then, it was tough. People lost their jobs. People stayed at home because they lost their jobs. Here, right now, we're staying at home by obligation. Some of us still have jobs. Some of us do not have job anymore. So this is also a time of innovation. So this is why the word innovation has been repeated so many times, especially by me. It is important. For example, I'll give you another example. I always try to do this with either my work or the classes that I teach in different universities in Europe, is the example of the taxi. Most probably every single one of you here looking at me, looking at us, have taken a taxi in your life. In most places, you go out to catch a taxi, you are in the street, you look left and right, and you wait. And then you hail a taxi, like in those beautiful American movies in New York, the person getting out of the taxi and whistling. This has not changed from movies long time ago. And right now, if you travel now to New York, it will be the exact same thing. Exactly the same thing. You enter, you hail the taxi, you get inside the taxi, you give them the address. You're very, very lucky if you know how to get there, or you're very lucky if that place has an official and real address. If you end up in a Greek or Spanish island, for example, where there's no address, good luck. So you try to get there. Finally, you get to your place, hopefully not too late. And how do you pay? Most of the time, it's cash. You're lucky if they take a credit card. Almost never they'll take an American Express unless you're in North America. But something that is very interesting, on January 1st, 2018, the government of Spain obliged the Spanish taxis to accept credit cards. In 2018, this is the only innovation that was ever done in the world of taxi. But what came out of the 2008 crisis? Uber. How easy is it to use Uber? Whether it's Uber or any other company that does pretty much the same. Could be Cabify in Europe. It could be any other company that you have in your own countries. Without moving from your home, you have already your credit card inside. You have your picture. You have the picture of the driver picking you up, and you can follow the person exactly where you are. And if it's too hot outside or it's raining, you can go down 30 seconds before he arrives, and you know exactly which car it is, and they will charge directly your credit card upon arrival with the address on GPS, and you know exactly what time you're coming, and that's it. Whether you use it on business like I do, or on leisure, again, like I do also, you receive automatically the invoice on your email or through the app. Unbelievable. It sounds basic for some of you that have been using Uber or any other company for the past 10, 11 years, but this was created in 2008, 2009. Same thing with hotels. We're back to the world of hotels. Things didn't change much. You still have to do a reservation either on the phone or on the computer. And what do? You put your first name, your last name, your credit card details, your address, and your passport number. Then upon check-in, what do? They ask you your first name, your last name. They ask you for a credit card, for a passport. And again, you will either fill up the information by hand, or you tell the address that half of the time is completely wrong on the invoice. And then you have to sign a paper. A lot of loss of time, a lot of annoyance, whether you go to a tiny hotel or you go to an amazing 5-star hotel. Unfortunately, for some of us, you still have to do it. I travel a lot, like I said, on business. Most of my time I stay I stay in a mix of hotel, Airbnbs, and home sharing, and it's so easy when you stay in a shared home or an Airbnb or a private villa or a private apartment. Why? Everything's done before. Look at Airbnb. You have your account. Everything's verified. Your credit card details, your address, your picture, your information, and you know exactly how to get there, how it is, and you can sometimes do the check-in without seeing a single person. Yes, the human touch isn't there, but they were able to innovate for everybody, for leisure, for business, and it's thriving. So that's why I'm coming back to the word that I've been repeating the entire time I'm speaking, is the word innovation. And I will read exactly what is written there. Innovation, or the lack of it, will be even more important in the next decade than it was in the last one. Now it's time to innovate. Or actually, it was time to innovate 8 weeks ago, or 9 weeks ago, or 10 weeks ago. This is why it is very, very important to innovate and continue innovate and continue to try to adapt to the new changes going through. So thank you.
Thank you, Stan. Thank you. So now, Nicolas, if you want to be kind to let us know about traceability, because as I told you, our traveler and people, they need to be safe and they need to get the proof that where the food come from, and what about the traceability, the quality of the product, and probably because we took time during the past 2 months to cook a little bit more than usual, we came back into the so probably we keep some habits with local food, good food, and so you have to let us know.
Yes, thank you very much, Marie-France, and thank you, Stan. What you said about how in difficult times, sometimes we find solutions and innovative solutions having to be pushed, and, you know, getting a bit of pressure pushes us to find solutions that will make the world a better place, or allow us anyway to thrive and grow. And it was true in 2008, and it's certainly going to be true in the current crisis and situation. What we're looking here now with connecting food, which is the topic that we'll be talking about now, is one of the ways, I think, one of the ways out, and one of the trends that will certainly shape the future for the next decade, connecting to what you were saying, Stan, that over the next decade, innovation will be absolutely central. If we look at the sparkle that ignited the fire of the COVID-19, as we know it now, everybody's looking at the Wuhan's market. So it was a food market. That's the place where it all started, with the information that we have now. We can imagine that in a world where we need more and more traceability for environmental reasons, for health reason, now for safety reason, this trend will carry on improving over the next decade. And the work, the mission, and the platform that Connecting Food is offering us in this sense is absolutely unique. Connecting Food is blockchain applied to the food chain. What does that mean? That it's a platform that allows to collect information from the very moment when a product is born, whether it's a vegetable or more animal, and having a traceability of all the production chain all the way to the moment when it gets to our dish. It's what is called farm to fork. So looking at all the steps that have made the product what it is, and especially in this moment, especially with the health standards that have already improved, and certainly after this virus will carry on improving, we will need more and more of these tools to get this traceability. You can do a test if you want, and even you, well, everybody at home can do it. If you take your smartphone and you scan, or you put your camera on the QR code that you see here on the screen, you will see, you can actually try at home. You will see information information coming up. So it's very easy to do. You just scan it, and it will bring you to the platform of Connecting Food. And what you will see are all the information about this organic sliced bread. If you click on the top note bit, you will actually get information from the farmers who have grown the wheat. And then you can follow all the distribution, and you can see the life of a product. As Marie-France was saying, the laws for health and safety will certainly improve over the next decade, and more connected food and more information about food will be needed. And the work that Connecting Food is doing today is amazing, I think, because it's giving us really the chance to have this visibility, this traceability that is required and required by law, but also necessary to us all, because we want to know what we are eating in terms of quality, in terms of health. We want to know what know better the products that come from local area. We want to know the social impact that some of the companies that produce food have. And so I think that this is definitely one of the trajectories, one of the directions in which our sector is going, and I think this is one amazing product. It's a very exemplary project.
Thank you so much, Nicolas. So traceability for sure is one topic, but cleanliness as well. So we can see that big players, they are now doing some very important partnership with a clean company, professional clean company, once again, just to make proof that they are fit with the legislation. So one more time, the legislation will be more important after the pandemic, and traceability will be also mandatory. So now moving forward to the next new skills and the next new job and new resources. So definitely, if the hospitality industry rebirths or move forward to hospitality extended, to have some more obligation with the legislation, need more partnership. Definitely, we need to see what kind of new resources this industry needs. So, Nicolas, if you want to say something on that.
Yeah, absolutely. As we were saying, the core of the business has evolved. We have gone from a small surface, a limited surface in hospitality and in restaurants, to potentially pushing the boundaries of how we distribute our products to a much broader way. What is happening now, what we already see in hospitality, and it's a trend that will carry on in time, is that people are reshuffling and reorganizing the services. Let's make an example. The same restaurant we were talking about before that is doing 40 covers at lunch and 60 covers in the evening will be able to do only 12 and 20 now. So maybe a sure thing, we will need less waiters and less people working on the floor, but we will need certainly a community manager, or maybe someone looking after deliveries, or someone looking after and developing a new offer, a new product, a new package, a new way of interacting with the clients. And so in these terms, the reshuffle is, we cannot say that the jobs are being destroyed. They're being just modified, and they will evolve to align in this new environment in which we are working in a more in a less defined and less static environment, and on a more broad and diverse surface. And so so for hospitality, for sure, this shift of the core business will have an impact on the way we manage the human resources. The skill sets might not be the same, but this is, in the end of the day, going to be an opportunity for so many people that were always doing the same job in a nearly mechanical way. Now they will get a chance to express their talent in new ways. I think we need really, we have gone through a few tough weeks. It's been very difficult for everybody. Now we need to start talking about solutions and looking at solutions and focusing on what is good and where the opportunities are. And I think that this reorganization of priorities and this alignment and realignment to this new environment is going to give the opportunity to plenty of people to express their creativity and their way of interacting with the clients in a new way. It won't just be carrying a dish to a table. It will maybe now be inventing a new campaign for TikTok or for Instagram or for Facebook or something else. And I think this is an opportunity for many young talents that until now maybe were confined in a way in the old way of organizing things. But they have amazing skills, amazing talent, amazing creativity, and facility to use these new tools. And I see the opportunity for many people. Of course, we are aware that some others will struggle a little bit more to adapt to this new environment. But hey, we're working on this all together. We're not alone. It's not something that has happened to one place, one city, one town, one restaurant. The whole planet really is working in this direction in this moment. And I think that the fact that we are all doing something about it and that we can all work to do something together to make things go better, I think it's making it, in a way, a little bit easier and certainly a little bit less painful to take action and, dig in and get to work.
Fantastic, absolutely. So for sure, adaptability, agility, flexibility will be very, very important. So it's not only to bring a dish at the table, it's much more, definitely. And for you, Stan, in luxury hospitality, what will be the new market evolution, the new resources? What will be the job market evolution?
Well, exactly like both of you said, the word I was going to use again, like before, many times, is adaptability. Whether you have been working as a front desk for the past 2 years, 10 years, 20 years, doing the typical job of a front desk, this has shifted completely. Your job description has shifted completely. Same thing like Nicola, you said, of a waiter, whether it's a 6-month internship or you've been one of the best waiters in that restaurant, has shifted. Your job description again will mean something else. So it's the fact that you will need to know how to adapt to the new circumstances. For example, big companies like Marriott have been working on all this adaptability and innovation for many weeks, many months. All the big bosses in the States are working on it, So some of the ideas was instead of having those real front desk people right behind the desk doing the check-in, check-out with the computer, they are working on some kind of check-in using an app on the phone. Look, it pushes guests to use their apps on the phone where you can throw in some marketing, some publicity. So again, it's something positive. And guests will be able to check in, check out of their favorite hotels, whether it's on leisure or business. And those receptionists will be shifted in a parallel position, meaning still they will take care of the front desk, but the front desk meaning maybe the reception, maybe being a hotel ambassador, just walking around, making sure that there's a guest isn't lost, or maybe there's a certain amount of guests, maybe the more senior people who are not that tech savvy to use their app on the phone, that then they can go face to face to the guest with protective gears if it's still necessary at that time, and assist the guest. But a person like myself who travel a lot for business or for leisure, of course, I'm a complete different person traveling on business or leisure. When I travel on business, it's 24 hours or 48 hours. I'm quick in and out. So I am happy when I go to Airbnbs. I'm extremely, extremely happy because I choose every time fast self check-in. Long before everything that's going on right now. Why? Because I want to go in and out very fast. Maybe on a leisure, I don't mind speaking with a doorman, with a bellman, having the conversation, but I'm already adapted to this. But many other people aren't. So it's the whole adapting to the workforce, first of all, and then helping the guest to adapt. But we have already been, like Nicolas has said, for the past 3 weeks adapted. I have been learning to bake bread. You know, I have learned something. I love to cook. I'm a really bad baker, and we do amazing bread with my wife. It is going to be difficult to learn to adapt, but it is important. So, for example, the skill set for me that is important, whether you are the person hiring the staff or you are the staff, first of all, again, I'm back to innovative. You have to have this innovative thinking. You have to adapt. And of course, you have to learn fast. You have to really, really be a fast learner. If it is a little bit too difficult for you to go from, let's say, a regular day-to-day housekeeper or a regular doorman, bellman, receptionist, or a waiter, like we said, and it's a little bit difficult for you to adapt to the new system, it's going to take time for you and for your business to follow. That's why fast learning is very, very important. For me, in my eyes, let's say.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So definitely what we can say that humanities, soft skills, what we call empathy, observation, personality of the employee, character, creativity will be more important than the hard skill in itself. So as usual, we are using to say that attitude is better than knowledge, but it will be more and more important as we were at the place. As I told you, we were parents, we were remote employee, we were cooker, we were teacher for our children, and so on. It will be pretty much the same in the professional environment. We need to be able to shift from different tasks. We need to be able to observe if we become ambassador in a hotel, what kind of guest could help us, need know-how help or something like that. So regarding HR and new skill sets, it's more based about personality and soft skills rather than to know exactly how to bring a perfect dish in the table. So now about the new job, it's truly important. There is a paradox. Paradox is the fact that we need to have more technology for traceability, for legislation, for checking and check out on the mobile, for app, platform, and stuff like that. But also, we need to rethink, we need to reinvent, we need to recreate what will be the human being place, what will be the human being space in the tomorrow hotel. As I told you at the beginning of the live, I think that people need human connection more than ever. So we need to, if we want to prepare the tomorrow hotel, we need to well balance with smart technology, meaningful experience, increase the employability of people, help them to be more empowered, to help them with their creativity, to put in place if they have a good idea, and also what we talk about digitalization, home experience from a palaces or from a restaurant, how we can move with data collection, e-reputation on the social media, influencers, so brand identity. So all this new vision and food tech and hospitality will create new job. We don't have all the name of this new job, but for sure, as Stan told us, after each crisis, we have seen all great opportunity with new business model, with new customer job description. So definitely, a window is definitely open, and we can enjoy of that. Guys, you want to say something about new job, or I move to the
Just to add a little bit, like you said, to go a little bit further into detail, like you said, bring experience to home. That's what we've been, most of us, doing a little bit. Like I said, I love to cook. I've never baked anything. I do not like desserts. I learned how to cook bread, how to bake bread, sorry. Apparently, you do not cook, you bake bread. So this is very interesting. And other companies like the ones I work at, we been doing this for over 20 years of bringing experience to the home. You rent a beautiful villa, you rent a beautiful house, wherever part in the world you are. Our team will help you book restaurants, will help you book maybe a yoga class somewhere. And what we've been doing for years is actually, you know what? Instead of going to the restaurant, you're staying in a beautiful villa. Why don't you stay outside and you have a fresco dining with the beautiful sunset, and we bring you a chef, we bring you a waiter. Sometimes it's even cheaper. Sometimes it's even better. You hand-picked everything. You have your own wine. So same thing with the yoga. Instead of going to a yoga instructor, why don't the yoga instructor come to you and do a sunrise yoga, hour-long session? So many companies will be working on this, and you can see, like Nicolas said, with the delivery for restaurants. There's a cafe place next to my house. That beautiful place, you go and you have drinks, you have coffee, you have pastries, and now they can deliver it to you. You call them or you order, unfortunately still via email. They still didn't go a little bit further in the digitalization, but you can order and it will tell you exactly at what time you can pick it up, or they can simply drop it off. So it's yes, it is basic delivery, but a lot of companies have never done deliveries and they're doing deliveries right now. Same thing with bringing the experience home.
Thanks. Okay, so that's effectively that innovate to thrive and to prosper. So basically, the Glion Master is to help a student to get the cutting edge and business model tools. They can help you to enhance your business abilities. But again, there is a dedicated webinar on the description and the goal and the DNA on this master. It will be Monday, 18th of May. So I will be more than happy to, if you can join, if you want to know more about this master, hospitality, entrepreneurship, and innovation. I will be very, very happy to let you know all this information. So now, if you have some question, if you have any question for us, we will be more excited to reply, to answer. So the floor is yours, dear audience. Laurie?
Thank you, Marie-France. So we have a couple of questions here. I will go through every single comment. Also regarding the webinar, so this was just a parenthesis. We are talking about innovation today, and we do have a master's in entrepreneurship and innovation at Glion. So you are more than welcome to join the webinar. I will share a link in comments where you can register. You can also just go on Glion website. Do you mind just putting the last slide, Marie-France, please?
Yep.
So they can see the URL. So I will now go through every single comment. If you have any more questions, just fire away. So let me go through it. So first question was from Lila.
Good afternoon, Lila.
Sorry. Apologize, it takes time to go through it.
No problem. Welcome to the world of live.
Yeah. Keep cool, Laurie. Nobody's dead.
Again, we're adapting. This is wonderful.
Okay, so not Lila first. I'm trying to go step by step so I don't forget anyone. So we have Michelle here. These thoughts are great for large companies with deep pockets and can change and innovate their business model. There are millions who are dependent on these companies to provide jobs. I don't see a quick solution to those who have lost jobs and need to jump back into the job market. How do we help them in the interim? What about the small independents?
Wow.
So that's the first question. That's a hard one.
Yeah, but it's a very relevant one, and that's why we have and we work on this every day, because today we are here sharing this moment in this webinar, but this is it's our job in everyday's life. And it's true that many smaller actors who haven't got access to all the information, who haven't got the knowledge of the tools, and maybe haven't had access to some visions, might struggle a little bit more. But today, with social media only, we can do so much. And that was the whole point of, well, I'm talking about the restaurant market, but understanding that first thing to do is try to survive. And this is for big actors, just as small actors. And understanding that we cannot expect to do precisely the same things that we were doing before, but we need to innovate, to invent, to create something new that will get us in this situation. This is true all across all the pyramid, from luxury to brasseries or smaller operations. The power of what we can do with social medias today is infinite compared to what we could do in 2008, for example, when social medias weren't as big as now, where the channel of communication with the clients weren't as developed as they are now. I'll give you a little example. I'm in Italy in this moment. There's a bar just down the road, and he, as everybody else, he has shut down. He's doing some delivery dishes, and he's selling some wines to take away as well. He has added a little tag to the bottles that he's sending away to his clients, saying, have your aperitif at home with this bottle of Prosecco, but take a picture with your smartphone and share it. Let's share this moment. Let's share the moment that we spend around this bottle. You won't drink it here in the bar. You will drink it at home, but we provided the bottle and we are with you. A simple gesture like this allows communities to federate, people to exchange. And this really, it's something very simple. It doesn't cost anything, and every single person can do it. I know, and I understand, and I've worked in hospitality for 10 years now in Australia, in New Zealand, in France, and a little bit everywhere, at many different, having different roles and in different environments. I have many friends who are in deep, dear struggle, and I understand that especially smaller actors are struggling to get out of this situation, but with very little cost, a little of imagination, and a little bit of communication, we can get things better to start with, because getting better is the first step to get best. We need to do things in the right order. Understand what is happening, react, survive, and then thrive. And I think that this is true for bigger actors or smaller companies as well. And I don't know if I answered to your question. I hope I did. But to sum it all up, we have social medias. We have so many free use tools to communicate what we do. We can do something about it. And of course, it won't be like before, but maybe in 3 months' time, we'll look at what we were doing 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago, and we'll say, oh dear, that was old school. Everybody adapts and evolves, and you don't need big pockets to take a picture on Instagram or TikTok, or to create a webinar, or to create a session on Facebook or whatever. All of this is free, and it's a great opportunity, I think.
Yeah, for sure. If I can say something, I would say don't think twice. I mean, don't think twice. If you have something in your mind, do it. We probably each time we underestimate the power of what we are able to do, what we are able to achieve. Be fearless. Try to do, even if it's not perfect. But I mean, if you have something in your hand, do it. Don't think if I can do maybe, and so on and so on. Plunge. And I think this can-do attitude could be better for people. They don't have all the tool, great diploma or higher education or stuff like that. I do believe, since, as I told you, it's more a question of attitude or mindset. You can say a lot of people, they successful in their life. I'm not talking about money, but they are successful in their life, and finally they don't have a lot of means at the start. So be fearless, don't think twice, do it, and let's see what's happened, and you will be surprised probably.
Thank you both. So here is a question from Lila. Sorry, Lila, I lost your question earlier. Home experience is about food, not the customer service provided in restaurants. What do you propose on the physical experience of service and pampering customers?
Well, if I can take this one, go ahead, Marie-France.
Vas-y. Go.
Yes, it's very interesting, this question. Thank you, Lila. There's different facets of this home experience. Actually, the word home experience is very interesting. Whether it's something luxury like a renowned private personal chef that comes with a butler, etc., or it's something very basic, some personal trainer that you find online that comes and do yoga at home. It's, again, you need to adapt. You still want to travel. People will still want to travel. Maybe less in business, like Marie-France said. More and more we're getting adapted to using Zoom, to using all those wonderful different ways of connecting via video chat. But we will come back to travel. Tourism is not lost. It's a little bit on a pause right now, but it's going to come back. It will change, but it's going to come back. So maybe this time, whether you stay in a small room or in an amazing, gigantic villa, you will able to be enjoying an amazing dinner, an amazing coffee made the way that you want. Maybe instead of going to the Starbucks, maybe Starbucks can come to you. Instead of going to those amazing restaurants, like Nicola said, with amazing Prosecco, it will come to you. So at different levels, whether it's a 1-star hotel or a 5-star hotel or regular cafe or a 3 Michelin star, they will find their ways to bring it, the experience home. And many companies have been doing it, and they continue thriving. It's doing so. For example, my wife and I, like I said, we love to cook. We love to go to the local market to buy all the vegetables and the meat, etc. Unfortunately, we can't. I live in Spain, so we can't at the moment. We can't even go out together in the street. So what do? We order from them, and they bring it to us. And a lot of times, for example, the fresh fish market, a lot of times we tell them, hey, we love that specific dish that you do in your restaurant. What's the secret behind it? What can I do? Oh, perfect. Let me cut it in a way that is easier for you. And they just sends it to me via WhatsApp, the way to cook it. Again, it's an additional way, an additional service that the moment I can come back, I will come back to that place, and I will be recommending that place to so many people. So again, you adapt.
Yeah, and if I can add just a little something, you were asking about what about the actual service. I think that in life sometimes we have to take what comes, and I think that we will, as Stan was saying, we will get back to the real service, and we all hope that within months, as soon as possible, we'll get a vaccine and go back to what we were doing before. A suggestion could be, let's anyway get the most out of what we're living now. Let's learn something that we wouldn't learn otherwise. And then we will go back to service and be able to, I worked in Michelin star restaurants in amazing places. I know the value of the service and the human touch and contact. We all know. But maybe now it could be an idea, if not a good idea, to try and do something slightly different from what we do usually. I see we're getting to the end of it. Marie-France, I don't know if you have anything to add.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
Shall we take 5 minutes more to answer more questions? It's almost the end of this live, but let's go through the question. So we have another question from Laura. What do you think should be the next step for hospitality industry in terms of innovation?
As I said, it's both innovation. I mean, as I mentioned in the beginning, it's probably innovation with a product platform, and I mean, I'm not talking about robots, but if all the automatic tasks could be, they will be there. But I mean, in the same time, you need to reinvent innovation with guest experience. So as I mentioned, people at the front desk, they need to go out the front desk and to be in the middle of the hotel, of the restaurant, and to be a guest ambassador and to take care only on the well-being of the guest, not only taking care about the administrative task and stuff like that. So innovation, innovation technology enough, it's not doable. You need definitely to create new job dedicated to the well-being and to the guest experience. I don't know if I reply to the question, but for the hospitality, you need to rethink all the department. You need to rethink. You need to take care about the customer needs. You need to reinvent the room experience, the room service experience, for instance. You have some people arrive in Paris, for instance, Chinese traveler arrive in Paris. They don't know, because they don't speak English or they don't speak French. They don't know how to order a room service. You can be sure if they can order with a tablet or with an app, they can spend more money, and it will be better for the revenue. You can spend more money. So you have to think about if it's easy for the customer and good for you as well.
Another question here from Yorgos. Post-COVID, do you believe our industry will be as attractive as it was before? Or more attractive? And if more, why?
Not more. More. Yeah. Like I said before, if I can jump in very quickly, because we're in a time strain right now. Like we said, and you can see articles about it, business travel will go down, and it is already going down, whatever company you work for. And if you are one of the lucky or unlucky, if you don't like it, the business travel will go down. We have been working, depending on the countries you're in, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 weeks for the lucky ones able to work on video chat. So maybe some companies will be like, let's see how much you spent last year on business travels, etc., and how much deals you were able to sign. This is the amount that you paid. But now can some business deal be done via video chat? Great, wonderful, cost cutting here. But leisure, you cannot go on vacation by watching a YouTube video on the TV. You cannot go on a vacation by watching Netflix. You want to go on a vacation, maybe more than ever now, because you want to go out of the spot. You want to go and connect with your friends and your family. You go to the restaurants, go to the bar down the road with Nicola, for example, you know. So people will be going back to leisure, maybe in a different way, maybe with a different budget for many, many people out there who lost their job or their business went down, yes, but it's still there. It's on pause. It's not gone. It will come back, and it will come back strong and fast. And you guys watching, some of you are the leaders of tomorrow, and you are the people who are going to be innovating right now. Funny enough, most probably some of you right now are having ideas thought in their head, in your bedroom, in your garage, in your living room. Like every single success story that happened in the past, they're all success stories started in somebody's room, somebody's garage, or somebody's car. So it's this. Yeah. It will be back.
Yeah, for sure. I do believe more than ever, because it will be more personalized, and probably people will travel for leisure, but as I told you at the beginning, it will be safer. They would like something safer. There will be probably some like closer. That it will be a good thing. It will be more sustainable. Probably it will be stop the tourism massification, where you can find a lot of people in Barcelona, Amsterdam, Dubrovnik, or many other city in Europe where you have many tourism. So it will be better experience oriented. It will be better personalization. It will be more boutique hotel with sustainable goals. So it will be different, but it will be better. It will be different, but better.
Thank you everyone. So I think it's time to close this live. I'm sorry we haven't managed to answer all of the questions. We received so many questions, great comments. Thank you. So really thank you everyone for following us today. I'm sure if you have any more questions, you can reach out to Marie-France. You have her detail on the screen. Again, if you are interested to learn more about this Master in Entrepreneurship and Innovation, you have the link also on your screen to register to the next webinars, and we do have a couple of webinars planned for the month of May. Thank you very much, Nicola and Stanislas. It was very great insight and it gave us a lot of hopes. And I guess it's a very good thing during these times.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye for now. Have a lovely day.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.